Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
Okay, so we've swapped out some gear here, and now we're going to look at broadheads. Now, again, we're here with Dave Thomas from Bowhunter Planet. Dave tests all this stuff. And as you're looking for a head for a crossbow, Dave, what are some things guys should be thinking through? Is it very similar to picking out a head for your regular vertical bow? Much different? What's your take on that?
I would say that most of the broadheads you're going to find for crossbow have a tendency to shoot very straight and very accurate. We've tested tons of different broadheads, and to be honest, we've never really seen much of a difference with a crossbow. Okay. A lot of them have to do with the power of a crossbow. Shooting the bolt is just a lot more power than like a compound bow. Yeah. So a lot of them are going to fly straight and true because that much power comes into it.
So if you've been hunting your whole life with a thunderhead and you want to stick with that, you could just swap it right over and you're good to go. Because most fixed are going to fly pretty similar.
I would say they're going to fly very similar. I would say, I would shoot one or two first to make sure you feel comfortable with it. Most of the companies do offer a crossbow model, so I recommend getting that model first. But if there's something you really like and you want to stick with it, I would just recommend shooting some of your old ones to make sure it's good to go, and then go ahead and switch to a new pack.
And before we get into the specific heads, I think the one thing that I've seen, and guys that know a lot more about it than me, 20 yards, 30 yards, the heads seem to all perform roughly about the same. The flight characteristics are the same. You get to 40 and 50, and really they don't recommend you shooting beyond that, but they can accurately, but it's that 40, 50, those longer yardages where you really start to see if it's flying true. Is that correct?
I would agree 100% with that.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, what are some of the heads here that you like? And you got a new one here too.
Yeah, the newest one this year is the Raven. This head is a vicious looking head. These guys are a new company, and the head performs really well with a compound and a crossbow. We've tested with both. Okay. As you can see, when it hits, the nice part about this head, when it actually hits, you're getting 4 cuts. So it has this really nice massive head on the front. Okay. And when it hits, it has a lever action system where it's going to pop down and lock in. Okay. Like this. And so when it hits, you got the cut, and the huge cut, 2.3 inch here on these sides. Okay. So a massive hit, it flies very, very good, and it's going to do a really good blood trail. You can just tell by looking at this thing.
And that one is different, but it's similar to, one of the biggest names on the market, obviously, is the Rage head, and that's a similar type broadhead. What's the difference between the Rage and the Raven?
The Rage is different. It's got a slip cam. They call it slip cam technology. Your bolt's in the middle, it slides that way. Whereas this one's got what they call lever action. Okay. So when it hits, it comes down. You can see the bolts down here. Okay.